Yo guys, welcome back yet again for the last video of this little series in which I'm showing you how I made some of the songs off my new EP called Mood Swings. In this one I'm going to show you guys how I made my song called When the Lights Go Out. This song, I remember I just started it with, I think I was inspired by this artist named Son Holo, and he has this song called Brighter Days, and it has this like very similar like pluck sound as I used in this song, and I kind of just did my own thing with the song. I think initially I was like, I want to make a song that has like that kind of plucky thing going on, and so I started with this. Ableton has this synth called Wavetable, and I just did that, put some effects on it, some reverb and delay, and added this little 808 under it, which I also made in Wavetable. And then we just have some rain ambience going on here. That's just like a backdrop to kind of set the mood for the verse. And then we have some simple drums, just kick and snare pretty much. Some vocals. Why am I laughing? Then we have these other plucks that come in right here. This is Omnisphere. They just kind of like, they're like kind of harmonies to that, you know, first sound, that main sound, and so it kind of adds like some cool, it's like a counter melody. And then in this part, this pre-chorus, we have like all these pads come in. It sounds like this. We have this like hovering high note. We have this. Then we have this sound. And this kind of driving thing. That's who I am inside, and I've been keeping you. This sound is without all the effects, it sounds like this. So that's the original sound. And then there's a saturator, which is like just distorting it to death. Some reverb, it's a super short reverb that's at 100%. Some OTT and some longer reverb after that. It honestly sounds like an elephant or something, but it's not. And I've been keeping chips on my shoulders. Instead of wiser, I'm just getting older. And then right there we have that sound. Let me find it.
A few moments later.
Where is that?
20 minutes later.
Where you at?
2 hours later.
Probably up here somewhere.
Eventually.
Oh, it's right here. I found it. Then we have this sound right here. Alright, now for the part that I am most excited to talk about, and I think that was like the most fun and also the most work to make, was this chorus, like lead, vocal chop, whatever you want to call it. It used to sound differently, and I'll show you the sound I'm talking about. So super weird, honestly, but I was like super drawn to it because I hadn't like made anything like that before, and I hadn't heard anything that sounded like that had that exact tonality, and it's kind of like weird, and just the sound moves around a lot tonally. But it used to sound like this. So I don't know if you can hear that. It's kind of lower in the mix on that one, but I sent it to a friend, my friend named Mike. Shout out to Mike Morose. He was like, I think that sound can be more interesting. He kind of pushed me to like do more with it. And I honestly couldn't even tell you how I made this because I just like went to town on it. I swear I like processed it like 20 times. So we just have that, like, you know, that and pretty much like an 808 in the drums on that first part of the chorus. When the lights go out, I guess I really lost myself. So drum wise in that second half of the chorus we have like a crash hit and we have some other drums going that give it a little more energy. I freaking love that snare sample so much. I think it sounds good. And then synth wise or instrument wise in the chorus we have so it's pretty much the 808 and then we have like some other synths going on. Oh, we have some other plucks coming. Yeah, this sound is that stock plugin in Ableton called Wavetable as well. And all together you have. There's that sound I use all the time. I swear I use that song like every song. Then we have second verse. Second verse is super similar. The vocal melody is like a little bit differently. It does some different things. Shout out to Mason Murphy and Matthias, or Seasons, it goes by Seasons, for writing that second verse with me. I was kind of stuck on it and they helped me push through that and helped out with that. Actually in that writing session with Mason and Matthias, I was at my friend Matthias's house and we were recording like demo vocals. This was like before the song was even close to being done. And there's this part that says, what does it say? Why is it so hard to just say what I mean? And then there's this little, and I recorded that in that writing session just on his little SM7B microphone. And I didn't know I was gonna keep it, but I ended up just keeping it, so. Vocals, in the vocals on this section we have a bunch of harmonies going on. I just walk in, and I've been keeping chips on my shoulders. Instead of wiser, I'm just getting older. I just watch me die. I think I need to save my life. Alright, here we have, which I'm pretty sure I just took this need to save my life and just pitched it up and distorted it and added some reverb. Second chorus, super similar to first chorus except for at the end, which is like the post-chorus slash outro, we have. Which this is my absolute favorite part of the song. Like, I'll listen to this song in the car all the time just because I like love this part. I think it's because I think I was like reflecting on like times when I haven't been like super authentic and like true to myself, as cheesy as that sounds. I think there's like this cool revolution going on right now with like people trying to be like with social media sometimes being so fake and stuff that like people are trying to be more authentic and vulnerable and real. And so it's kind of me reflecting on like when I haven't been that person. That's why the chorus says like, I wonder when did I sell out? When will I learn to trust myself? And then who am I when the lights go out? Like when all is said and done and like no one's watching and no one's like there to like my pictures, like who am I, you know? And so at the end, like one of the main lyrics is like, when will I learn to trust myself? So at the end it just kind of repeats that and I just like, it just hits home, you know? Maybe because I like realized that I just need to like be who I am and trust myself and not try to be someone else. Funny thing, I was deciding between like two chorus ideas, like melodically for the chorus. It was either going to be the trust myself, that just like simple melody, or it was going to be this. So I had this idea of like Put your hand in mine, we are alone. And I didn't end up going with that for the actual hook, but I kept it in for the post-chorus because I thought it sounded cool that they were just like interacting with each other. So if I mute like the main vocal, and then if I play like the actual vocal, you'll hear them like overlapping, you know? So this is the same kind of trick that I used for my song ADD. I'm just using that Isotope Nectar plugin. I'm just like automating and shifting down the format like halfway through the phrase. Yeah, I just have like some ad-libs that are like distorted and filtered that sound like this.
When the lights go out, when will I learn to trust myself? When will I learn to trust myself? When will I learn to trust myself? When the lights go out.
So yeah, that is When the Lights Go Out. I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any more questions about how I made it or anything to do with the song, drop them below. And I hope you guys will go listen to my new EP. I put a lot into it, and I hope you guys can connect with it. So I'll catch you guys later.